Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Work. My guest today is Ray, and his work is all about people won't like me if I don't appear superior. It's like people won't like me if I don't appear like I really have my stuff together. And I hope you enjoy this work. You know, so many of us think we have maybe dropped our facades. But, what do I mean by facade? Our terrified self, our not enough self. Welcome to The Work with Ray. Relax, open your minds, close your eyes, and let's do the work. The grace of God, whatever that is for you, the grace of good is always in your heart. It's like, just see it as a match, like even closer than a match, the same. So when your mind isn't working out of that, we can think out of it and act away from it. But when our mind is a match for the heart, that's balance. That's balance. And this work is about when you experience yourself out of balance and sadness, depression, the idea that you're deprived of something you want, or anxiety. When you're experiencing any of those, how simple. Identify what you're thinking and believing. That's the thing out of sync. It's not matching. It's heart's desire. So just notice, move it from your head, what you're thinking, from your head to paper, write those thoughts down and question them. And question them, because the ego's going to send them back again. Remember when you were a little kid, a little child? Remember that? Okay, it's coming back again and again. Remember yesterday? It comes back again and again. So if what comes back isn't beautiful, a match to your heart, get excited. Identify the thoughts. Move them from your head to paper and question them. See how valid they are. That's your birthright, to know the difference between what is your heart and what is the opposite. And the opposite is, we have names for it, like ego. And as some of you know, ego for me is a lost child. A lost child. It's just looking for a home. And the kindest thing that I can do is respectfully notice it, not try to get rid of it. Notice it. Move it from my head to paper respectfully. And sit with it. Sit with that lost child. Support it to come home. Enlighten it. And so then when whatever comes to you from past or future, it is understood. It's met with understanding and unconditional love. The mind at war with itself, it's just not a secret. The emotional will let you know there's something off. Like if you're playing, for example, a piano and go dun 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 dun, hurt. Something's off. Something's off. So mercy on the ego. It's looking for a home. Lovemaking. Notice. Feel the emotions and notice what the ego is offering up. Move it from your head to paper and question it. Or not. Or not. Or not. Or not. Ray, what's up, Ray?
Oh my God, you picked me. I woke up yesterday realizing that I spent my whole life pretending to be engaged with the
Mm,
world.
mm.
And so, I saw this film where I saw how closely people um, related to each other in the film. Not that they were part of it, but they just enjoyed. So I had a few insights into a few situations where I was actually genuine. And
Mm.
so what I'm working on is a one thought at a time. The best I can do is people won't like me if I don't appear superior.
Oh my, wow.
And that's to cover up my hurt inner child, who was very vulnerable. I became very superior, and it has kept me from connecting with people all my life.
Yeah.
And I'd
Wow.
like
Wow.
I'd like to take a look at it.
Oh my.
I don't know if one thought at a time is good for this situation, but
Sure, sure, Ray. You know, so people won't like you if you don't appear to be superior. So, what is a situation where you're going through that agony of being superior and it's just you're so hyped up and so into it? And
well, most recently, just I moved into this place, and there's a woman upstairs who I wanted to impress, and she wasn't impressed. And so that's what I think made me finally take a look at this. Um, so
okay.
um,
So, the situation is you're introducing yourself or you're meeting in the
she
hallway.
came to my door. She saw that I had a pickup, and she asked if I could help her move a piece of furniture, and I couldn't do it then because I was ill. And in my neediness, I said, but I would be so delighted to do it when I feel better. And then it got a little weird because my old personality came up of being eternally youthful and attractive to young women. And so all that crap came up.
Yeah.
And, and
The pattern.
yeah, yeah. So the neediness came out the extreme. And then I wanted to own the neediness, because it's there. And so I did. I mean, I have been, but I just realized my whole life there's been,
Mm,
if I don't impress you,
yeah.
you're not gonna like me.
So people won't like you. Be there now in that situation with her. She's asking for help. She won't like you if you don't appear superior.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it true? So be there now. You were believing it then, not even aware of it. You were believing it then, but be there now. Look at her. She won't like you if you don't appear superior, helpful.
I'm so afraid of her being able to judge me, so I need to be superior.
Okay, so
I
look
mean,
at.
I can't allow her to
Okay, so
impress her. I have to impress her so that I don't have to worry about.
so now you're responding to the third question. We'll get to that.
Okay,
Be there now. Look at her, listen to her. She won't like you if you don't appear superior. Look at her. Look at her now. See again what you saw then, but your ego was overriding what you're seeing, possibly. Look at her. She won't like you if you don't appear superior. You really know that it's true. Look at her. Is it true she won't like you? Are you sure?
wow. I don't know that, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
I don't want to give her the power to make that judgment. I just want to be superior. And so then she can't.
What I'm hearing is you're really terrified of her judgment.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you're jumping in. Notice how you react when you believe the thought. She won't like me if I don't appear superior. And feel the emotional, and witness yourself through her eyes. How do you react? What happens? Look at you from the inside, the emotional, look at you from the outside as though you're standing across the room looking at you. Notice how you react. Notice the identity you take on that the ego is offering up, the superior one. It's so old in you.
Without it, I'm scared to death. That's my protection.
So notice in that how you react, what you say, what you do.
Well, I try to win her approval. I try to tell her.
Specifically, how does that look? What do you say? Look at your body language, look at your facial. What I'm saying is look at your shtick.
Well, yeah, but it's breaking down. I'm a little boy now.
So
I
be
don't.
there at the door.
I don't know.
Witness how you reacted.
I so desperately wanted to let her know that I would help her as soon as I could.
And what does that look like?
Neediness, desperate for approval. Wow. Me, who's such a smartass, such a superior smartass, and deep down, I'm just desperate for approval. And so that's why I'm a smartass. So I don't have to experience.
Stay there at the door. Notice how you react. What you say, what you do, the identity you take on.
Well, in that situation, I just collapsed. I became needy. I became young. I became desperate. And then,
Just hold there, just stay there. Continue. I became young. I became desperate. I became ingratiating. I lied to myself and to her. Try that one on. We're looking at a lie already. Who you become when you want it, opposed to who you are when you don't want it. That approval.
well, the veil is so down. I'm sure she saw just a little boy wanting his mommy, basically.
I'm sure you're seeing it right now. We have no idea what she saw.
That's true.
But you could be right. You might ask her. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That get very weird. Because
that's my life.
Yeah, there's always
something about a person. I ask them.
Wow.
Did you see me as needy? Did you see me as over zealous, like frightened? How did you see me? And then listen. I'm not saying do it. I'm just describing my path. I want to know. This is this life of inquiry is a life of inquiry. If I feel it won't offend someone, it's not hurtful, I ask. People they killed me.
Well, what I'm afraid of.
In a beautiful way.
what I'm afraid of, I mean, she's only about 35. And I've always had in my superiority thing, I've always had a certain amount of flirtatious, flirtatiousness, which obviously with somebody who's 40, 50 years younger than me is inappropriate. So I'm afraid of that to ask her sincerely would be to be moving towards intimacy, which is another area of trouble for me, which has been part of my protectiveness. So I think that might be a little bit, this is an Airbnb. There's about 5 people in 5 different places. I'm going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
So if it got really awkward, it would get really weird.
Okay. So be there at the door without the thought. If I'm not superior, if I don't look superior, she won't like me. Now, who would you be without that thought? She's just asking for help to move a piece of furniture. Reality. She's not there for a date. She's not there to look for a date. She's not looking for, she wants a piece of her furniture moved. That's right. What she says.
Yeah, but she is looking very chipper and feminine and, seductive. Sort of like, I'll get this old man to do it if I bat my eyes at him. I'm not totally blind to that stuff.
You could be right. And if someone asks me, will you help me move the furniture? Then that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's all I know.
That's what I'm trying to get.
And if I think differently, I might say, are you flirting with me? Or I might say, do you find me attractive? I'm not suggesting that any of you be this blunt. I was. I just want to know. I know the core of every human being is beautiful, immovably beautiful, other than the ego's work. And that's what I trust. And people always responded. Always responded.
Wow.
I was in a supermarket when the work had found me those first 3 years, and just like a baby, and open, and I was with my husband Paul at the time, and it occurred to me, we were in one of these, like a Costco or something. It occurred to me that I had as a child never been pushed in a grocery cart or a cart in a store and seen the children like that. So I asked him if he would push me if I got in the cart. And it's one of those large carts. And he said, sure. He knew me by then, that he saw me as crazy and like a child, and was very good with me. And so I crawled in the cart. He knew I'd ask someone else to push me if he said no. And he would be right. So, because there's no harm in it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no harm. If there were harm in it, I would never have done it. It's different. But I'm in touch with what I want. It doesn't hurt anyone. So I got in the cart, and he's pushing me, and people would say, hi. Or maybe if they'd look at me and just go on with their shopping. They would say, let's see, maybe something like, oh, that looks like so much fun. I've always wanted to do that. Or it was just, I met the human race. No one said, what the hell are you doing? That is, you look stupid. None of it. None of it.
Trust.
I don't know what other people are thinking. What am I thinking? And I got to see from that level what it's like, that physical level, what it's like to be pushed, and the boxes going by, and the cartons, and the cans, and the toys when we get in another department. Was amazing. Was just amazing to allow myself to be,
Wow.
to experience life. There's no harm. And then people, according to what they were saying, didn't have a problem with it. And no one even gave me the look. Not one. You know, we're not who the ego would lead us to believe. And you're standing at the door seeing her as you didn't say flirtatious, I think that was my word, but from what you were describing, she asked if you would help her move a piece of furniture.
Yeah, it became so much bigger than such a simple.
It's poor listening. It's allowing the ego. It's being in touch with the ego.
Wow.
And the question is obliterated.
Yeah.
How do you react when you think the thought, she won't like me if I don't appear superior? What does that have to do with moving furniture?
Yeah.
Okay, so now listen to the question. No matter how flirtatious she appeared to you, or so be there now.
Okay.
Hear her question. Hear her words. Did she say anything else? Listen.
No. I could have just said, right now
What did she say?
Well, she said, I noticed you have a pickup and I need a piece of furniture moved. I just wondered if you could do it.
Okay, and what is the answer? Ask you.
Well, I answered appropriately.
Just slow it down. Ask you now. At the door, you're shooting from the hip because you're believing the thought, I need to be superior.
Right. I need to impress this
I
woman.
need to impress this woman. So drop that identity. In other words, drop that idea. Listen, it's a question. Get in touch with yourself. Without your story about her, do you want to move the furniture with your truck in your condition, whatever that is, your mental condition or your physical or both? Do you want to help her move do you want to move the furniture?
I would like, well, I sort of did say it. I said,
It's a yes or no question.
I'm ill. I can't do it now. But when I'm well, I'd be glad to do it.
Now, is that true for you? Would you be glad to do it?
Too glad. Because by doing it,
Okay, so your motives are still, it's not about the furniture anymore.
No, it isn't.
It's about who you believe you have to be to get through life.
Right. It's about wanting to entangle her in my life, to be honest about
it. It's a trap.
Yeah, it can't be just what it is.
It's a phony trap. Using a really kind deed. It's misleading. It's like an honest answer would be, I would love to if you see me as attractive and are attracted to me and maybe want to date me. Under those conditions.
Fortunately, I think that's not it anymore. It's just about wanting to be cared for.
So, will you move my truck? Yes, if you care for me.
Wow, that's pretty much where it's at. Pretty loaded, huh?
It's just honest.
Yeah.
It's just coming out of the closet. It's coming out of fooling yourself and using other people to hold up that identity. And notice how much effort it takes. Be there. She says, will you move my furniture? Notice how much effort. Look at that guy.
But it's so loaded. This is what I'm dealing with.
Look
It's
at
so loaded. How do I interact with people without being it's so loaded?
Will you move the furniture? You want to move the furniture or not?
I do because
Well, no, drop the because. You do.
yeah, I wouldn't mind doing
The answer is she won't like me if I don't appear superior. Turned around. How would you turn that around? She won't like me if I don't appear superior.
He might like me if I don't appear superior.
Okay, so how might that be? We've spent enough time for you to feel it just without that superiority. Just, do I want to move the furniture? Yes. Okay. And drop me.
That's I could see it.
You should care for me.
That would reduce me to being one of you.
No, I can say I noticed this morning. One of you asked me yesterday or the day earlier, what does it feel like for me when I'm getting out of bed or waking up in the morning and getting out of bed? And so this morning when I got out, and I answered honestly. And this morning when I was getting out of bed, it was just like, oh my gosh, I don't even have words for a miracle. A miracle. I live in a miracle. I live out of a miracle. There's no downside in my head as I'm getting out of bed. And it's not, oh, I'm getting out of bed. It wasn't that. It was balance. Balance. Noticing. The absence of suffering is the ultimate for me. It's not, oh, I'm so happy. That's high. Oh, I'm so depressed. That's low. The center. The absence of suffering. That's it. That's it. But look how high you were in this. I want her to see me as superior. Notice the efforting. And hear her question. And drop the payoff of superior personality, persona, identity. Drop that. And with that goes, I need her to care for me. That's in that package. Drop it. And just give her, if it's true, yes. And just exactly the words you gave her without the price tags on it.
Right.
They're hanging all over you.
Right. That's what I'm becoming aware of. It's terrifying. It's full of regret, but it's better than not knowing. My whole life. I mean, really, my whole life. Constantly believing that if I don't impress you all, you're not going to like me.
Well, what I can tell you is we sure enjoy it. We get our furniture moved. We love you. We just say, oh, you're so wonderful, and you'll just follow us anywhere.
That's right.
Yeah. We love that.
That's right.
Yeah. But
I who am such a smart ass.
But when the furniture is moved, notice we're left with this man looking for a payoff.
Yeah.
Looking for the bill.
Yeah, and then now you have to tell me, or you have to support my belief that I'm superior. You have to give me acceptance, approval, and love.
And if we don't, you see yourself as a failure. So your ego just pumps you back up again.
Yep.
She won't like me if I don't appear superior. Be at the door again with your answer, just as you expressed it. It was so kind, Ray. It was so kind and authentic. Authentic under all the shtick. We all witnessed that as I ask you the questions. So she won't like me if I don't appear superior. Now just hear her, contemplate. Do you want to move the truck? And respond exactly the way you responded, without your shtick, without your story.
I would be delighted to. I'm ill right now, but when I'm well, I'd be glad to.
Yeah. Now look at her.
See, I can almost feel the owning of that. Almost.
Well, it was true. Of course you can.
Yeah.
Now look at her. Look at you.
Okay.
There you are.
So yeah. So she's free. She's free to go. She's free to. She doesn't owe me anything.
Yeah. Now finish it with, you can check in with me, or here's my phone number.
So simple. Because of how loaded it is, she hasn't asked since. So I could maybe take that opportunity to remind her, once I can do it without
Without your shtick.
Without my shtick.
Without your
Lifetime shtick.
need to be seen as superior.
Yeah. Because if you don't see me as superior, you'll see me as inferior.
Another way of saying see me as superior is it's like I spent my life pretending to be engaged with the world. I need to feel superior for people to like me. Let's test it in that situation. I don't need to.
I don't need to impress people as being superior in order to have them like me.
Yeah.
And I have to give them the freedom not to like me if they don't want to.
Well, now be there and see what you prefer. She will like me if I don't appear superior. You just shared that with us, what it's like just to listen to the question, answer honestly.
I mean, I hate to sound too smart, but it's not my business. I mean, I need to not be so needy that this is about her liking me. This is about the furniture.
Yes, it is.
And if she chooses to not care one way or the other, I need to be okay with that.
Yeah,
So,
to be happy, yes. To be free, yes. To live in prison, no.
so it's all it's my prison. It's my everybody that comes into my life. It's like,
Prison of your ego's own making.
yeah.
It takes something beautiful that you are, like that integrity and really authentically wanting to help her. It was a solid yes. That's you. That's who you are.
I've got flashes in my life that I remember where I've actually reached out and free to do something for somebody else, but they're not many. But So yeah, to
Well,
just
then you are into something beautiful. To listen closely to people's request and be in touch with an honest yes or no is it's for you to learn about you.
right,
And
right,
I've walked through life and it's like yes, no, yes, yes, no. Why are yes and no equal? They have
there,
one thing in common. They're authentic when I give them.
right.
So that is a gift from me and to you, my yes or no, because I'm giving you who I am in that situation. It doesn't mean that I won't change my mind, but if I do, I'll let you know and I won't pretend. Or maybe I'll just follow through because one thing I'm good at is keeping commitments. And if I, unless I forget. And so I have a lot of reminders on my phone, etc., because I am forgetting more and more as I as I age, and it seems like I'm losing less and less memory daily, daily sometimes. But I don't find it anything less than fascinating, just fascinating. But life, life, life.
Yeah,
So, sweetheart, people will like me if I don't appear superior. Now, to live those turnarounds in my world, the way I experienced them, was I saw that as something to try on
right.
because all my life I could be wrong about it. So I lived with people fearlessly. They will like me if I don't appear superior. And that's how I found out how to, this miracle I refer to as balance, not people pleasing and not turning people off by my own actions. Like, not that they aren't doing that anyway, but that within me, like you at the door, I don't turn people off and I don't turn them on. I just live like in the center, balanced within me. So I'm always available. I found it's life comes up and then I'm not. Like if I'm sitting with you and Stephen calls me, I might ask you, is it okay if I go see what Stephen needs? Or I might say, Stephen, I'm online. I'll be, but he understands I'm doing this event. So there's time for everything. That's the point. There's time for everything and time. That's what time's for. Time's an illusion. This is Earth School. There is nothing we're speaking of that isn't coming out of the apparent past. So that makes life a dream. Even the future is coming out of the apparent past. So where's the past? Earth School. Earth School. And Ray, it's such a privilege to sit in this persona with you that is so delicate and dear and innocent, and to wake up to it will give you just a brilliant life, starting over like a kindergartner and watching when that persona comes up and then kind of pulling back and becoming the listener and responding out of your integrity. And
Well, the opportunity to admit to it publicly, which I just have, will sort of ground me in what I've started, which is to see it. and I'm waking up to it. It's very painful because I've got a whole life of pretending to be with you all and not being there. So, but I'm not gnashing my teeth over it. I want to change.
Yeah, I see that.
And I am. I mean, I wouldn't be aware of it if I wasn't moving in that direction, but I really appreciate you taking the time to help me to really put it out there, so it ain't going to be gone tomorrow.
And it's it's about noticing.
Yeah.
Noticing when you notice it, and then seeing who you are without it, and become the listener and an honest responder. Just her knocking on that door to me is like some kind of miracle.
Yeah, well, it certainly flushed out some crap for sure.
Mm.
So, yeah, I may be able to get to a place where I can have a conversation with her that would be honest and not threatening. We'll see.
Yeah, just the motives. Motives. Just be the listener.
Thank you so much.
Oh, welcome. You are welcome.
You look very beautiful right now.
I love me through your eyes. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Okay, so on feedback on our takeaways on Ray's work. What did you become aware of? What value did you relate to, or does anyone have? I don't see any hands up, so could be we're done. Could be we're done. Anyone have a worksheet? Oh, I see a hand. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Jude. Hey, Jude.
That work was just, it was like a bomb. It just was so kind and and gentle, really, and profound. Listen. What a relief.
Yeah, what a relief. What a relief. I think that's what I loved about us sitting with Ray. It's the courage. The courage that we witnessed. The courage to witness. I mean, even to do it in real time, the past in real time, as close as he got to that, how vivid that was, how vulnerable.
Yeah, so dear. So dear the way he was taking care of himself, and I felt that same care happening for me. And as I was listening, I was thinking of a situation flashed into my mind, and I just it was the tiniest little interaction with somebody where they gave me the look. They gave me, and they didn't want me there. It was the thought, but the whole cascade of all the stuff of like all my rules, how I'm supposed to navigate the world of other people, sort of show up with these judgmental things happen, like, she should be inclusive.
Yeah.
Not make a face like that I think means she doesn't want me here.
Yeah. It reminds me of my prayer. If I had a prayer, it would be this: God, spare me from the desire to seek love, approval, or appreciation. Amen. But don't think if I needed a prayer that I wouldn't have one. It's just so far so good.
Right.
Life is an answered prayer. The ego wouldn't have us understand that. Ray, after, there were no hands up, and now when Jude came on, I saw all kinds of hands come up. I think that your work ran so deeply in us that, we're all doing our own work. Sue Young. Thank you, Jude.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Sue Young.
Thank you so much for your wisdom. So I have a question regarding the part where you said sometimes you can't help but to ask people questions about.
Honey, could you turn your volume up a little?
Sure. I'm just gonna do that.
Or speak closer to the microphone? Or
Can you hear me well?
yes.
Good. So I have a question regarding the part where you said sometimes you really can't help but to ask people about how they think about how they've seen you or how they genuinely feel in that situation. I can resonate with that so much because I sometimes are really wanting to know what other people are thinking at the moment of argument or conflict. And at the same time, I also feel this being afraid to get hurt by their answers, though I've asked with genuine heart. So I was wondering, how do you reconcile with that two contrasting emotions about wanting to know and being hurt?
Well, I would, if I'm hurt, it's worth it to me to see how vulnerable I really am. So it would be a worksheet. It would be a judge your neighbor worksheet for me. And I'd certainly do one before going in and asking if I were, before I ask. And I would do a work on, like, if I ask blank this question, it would hurt me. Or if I ask blank this question, she would be offended or think I'm stupid. So that, any of that would be number one on the worksheet. And so that would start you off to be in that situation as you fear it may happen, and collect your thoughts on that worksheet 1 through 6.
So that vulnerability is like a temple bell that I need to work on.
Yeah. When I ask a question, I always saw the person I was asking the question to as my teacher. And I expected it in the long run to support me to go, if it hurts, it takes me more deeply into myself and what I'm thinking and believing. So it's a win-win. If it hurts me, it helps me. If it helps me, it helps me.
Yeah, I guess I was more of demanding rather than being really curious.
Oh, good catch. Demanding is very different. Good catch. Oh, good, Soo Young. Diana.
Hi, Katie. This was
Diana.
very deep work for me. I'm very impressed on the fact that he identified this situation as something to work on, because it's such a quick thing. Like the woman in the Airbnb, we just moved the couch, and it's very easy for me to just let these things pass by. Like, oh, she's just someone I just met. It was 5 minutes, or I felt this way. There I go again, feeling uncomfortable, and I let it pass. So I just find it so valuable that this work allows us to open our eyes and see like these minor things are not so minor and can just help us open up.
This work, this worksheet 1 through 6, this work allows us to freeze a moment in time, a situation in time, and identify the cause of our suffering. And as we do that, it wakes us up. Something shifts in us that affects the rest of our life. And it's an ongoing thing. All of you, I invite you a worksheet a day, even if you just fill in the worksheet. And maybe the next day you can work just the first one on the worksheet. Just get still. And you meditators, this is what to take into the stillness. meditating in, I need to be superior to be liked, for example.
Mhm.
If I am quiet, people won't like me. That's another one.
Mhm.
If I'm too happy, it will frighten people. That's one I did, and there aren't many here that I haven't done. Especially working with you, I'm always doing my work because you're doing yours.
That's such a good one. If I'm too happy, will people hate me or reject me? I think for me in my recent worksheets, it's come up a lot. Like I have to kind of like just do what I want and not think of others.
Mhm.
And I'm sure that there's this judgment in me. Like if I always do what I want, will they think that I'm rude or, it's just, thank you for that. Thank you for your examples.
And people will or they won't. It's just the ego is so sure they won't.
Mhm.
So just to sit in that, it opens one's mind to, I really can't know what they're thinking. It's difficult enough to understand what am I thinking, which is
That's difficult.
home camp. We can move that to paper.
Yeah, and it's their right to approve or disapprove, to find me attractive or unattractive, to find me superior, unsuperior, etc. It's their right, ultimately.
Not only they're right, they do.
That's reality.
They don't. And no matter what gymnastics we're using, we have all kinds of, hidden things as we learn from Ray today. There's this perfectly delightful man at the door. Some of us as women have had the thought, oh, he just wants something from me.
Yes.
And then we're so as men, we're so obvious, let's say, like we're getting away with it or something. We don't know. It's a don't know.
Yeah.
If I were her, I'd see him as friendly and generous and kind and fun and funny, and hope he feels better. And when he looks like he's feeling better to me, I'll ask him again. I don't know. Or if it were me, I'd just keep asking until someone moved my furniture.
Wow.
Yeah.
And one last thing, you said that you would come up to people and ask, if you're attractive or something like that.
Any question I had about the human race, I would ask the human race.
Wow. Thank you. And thank you for answering Sue Young's question, because I think you gave me some good homework there. Like to say, if I ask him, am I attractive? He will think this and just question it before I can be open to.
Do you see me as attractive?
Mm-hmm.
That would be the question. Am I attractive?
Mm-hmm.
He can't answer for the world. But do you find me attractive? And then it would leave you to assume that if he does, other people do, or that he does, but he's an exception and he's the only one. Mm-hmm. Just left with our own thoughts.
Yeah. And the worksheet would be, if I ask him, he would think I'm ridiculous or something.
Yeah. What a juicy worksheet.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Katie.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, honey. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. At homewithbk.com, let's do the work.